Hey guys, this is Kevin from Beaver Valley Outdoors,
And this is Jeremy.
and today we're going to be talking about our favorite rifle cartridges. So, personally, my favorite cartridge is the 308. So, the 308 was developed in 1952 by Winchester because they wanted a short action alternative to the 30-06 Springfield. I like it because it's for its hunting capabilities. It can take bear, deer, elk, anything, and pretty much anything in North America. It's got an average bullet weight of about 110 to 180 grains.
What do you think the most common bullet weight is on a 308? I'd say 150.
150, yeah. It's good for target and precision shooting. So if you like competitive shooting, it's good for that too. It's got pretty flat trajectory up to about 300 to 500 yards. It's very interchangeable. The 7.62 by 5.1, most of those rifles you can shoot a 308 out of it. So it's easier to secure ammo. It's very compatible. You can put it in lever actions, bolt actions, semi-autos. And since it's a short action, it means lighter rifles, faster cycling, more compact bullets without sacrificing as much power. So ballistics wise, it's got very manageable recoil, so it's easier for new shooters. And it may not be as flat shooting as other modern rifle cartridges, but it's still very effective out to 300 to 500 yards. So it's got over 70 years of service. Um, it's definitely proven itself a reliable cartridge for hunting and wartime. It's the most one of the most reloaded cartridges in the world. There's many different bullet and powder combinations you can make for different things.
We know we've cranked out a lot of 308.
Yeah. So my final thoughts are, it may not be as flat as say a new cartridge 6.5 Creedmoor and less wind drift, but it's they none of those cartridges quite match the 308's versatility, power and legacy. So that said, in my opinion, if you were to choose one cartridge for anything, it would be the 308, whether that be home defense, hunting, sport shooting, or anything else.
All right, guys, for me, my favorite round is going to be the 450 Bushmaster. It was first developed in 2007. First mass production really started in 2009. It was developed by Lemag Firearms. Hope I'm saying that right. And it was licensed to Bushmaster, and then Bushmaster contracted Hornady to develop the ammo. Its parent case is a .284 Winchester. It is a straight-walled cartridge. It uses a .452 bullet at around 2,200 feet per second. It was designed for use in AR-15 lowers, and it was originally pitched as the .45 professional, but was changed when Hornady and Bushmaster got involved. This was built off Jeff Cooper's vision of a large caliber bullet delivering one-shot kills to big game at distances of up to 250 yards, and thus the nickname Thumper was born for it. A lot of people call it 450 Bushmaster or 450 Thumper. Those are interchangeable. It has a muzzle velocity of 2,200 feet per second, delivering a whopping 2,687 foot pounds of energy, but things quickly drop off. At 200 yards, it's at 1,486 feet per second with 1,225 foot pounds of energy, and has dropped 9.2 inches at a 100 yard zero. At 300 yards, you're dropping 34.3 inches. You're down to 1,222 feet per second and a measly 829 foot pounds of energy. These numbers are recorded using a 250 grain bullet. So as you can see, that drop from 200 to 300 is astronomical. Down 34 inches, and you're under 1,000 foot-pounds of kinetic energy.
Yeah.
Really falls off the table quick. So me personally, I would never take a shot greater than 200 yards with this caliber. But anything up to and including 200 yards and under, it will ethically take any animal in North America.
Yeah.
I have personally taken white-tailed deer and bear with this gun, with this caliber. But shots, they've all been less than 100 yards or maybe right at 100 yards. All but one time did it result in an instant drop and death for the animal. I was hunting with my friend, obviously during gun season, and we had a doe come in, and she was trotting, kind of quartering away from us. Wasn't running; she was just trotting. I drew up, I shot. Couldn't tell if I hit her. She just kept. She did not take off running. She just kept her same trot. Loaded in, put another one in, put it right behind her shoulder. I shot again. It was the same reaction. I was dumbfounded because every animal up until then, it was a whole different story. My friend was there with me, so I glanced over to him and asked him if if I was hitting the deer, if he could tell, and he just kind of he shrugged his shoulders a little bit. So I spun back around and I was chambering another round, and the deer had stopped, and I shot again and nothing. And as I'm putting in another bullet, so this is the fourth one, putting in another bullet, get back on her, and she starts to lay down. So I'm thinking, okay, that's, obviously it's doing the trick. Watched her for a second, and her head was still moving around. This time I put the crosshairs between her ear and her eyes and pulled the trigger. And at that time, there was no doubt about it. The gun was hitting true. It was doing what it was supposed to do. Upon when we got up to the deer to look it over, I had hit it every time, right behind the shoulder. This, I think, this due to adrenaline and the sheer gun season, they get amped up. Plus, white-tailed deer are very hard to.
They have an incredible willpower to live.
They do have an incredible willpower to live. Every other deer, it's looked like a crime scene. It's just usually quite brutal. They're very ethical, very quick. That's for sure. So this rifle cartridge, it's not designed for Western hunts. It could be done. You could do it out west, provided you can get close enough. Definitely within 200 yards, you would have to be within that range to kill, Western animals.
Yeah.
But it's a perfect option for straight wall cartridge states like Ohio, Illinois, Iowa. There are several others. I don't know them all off the top of my head. Perfect for it. Recoil is not as bad as everybody makes it out to be. If you can shoot a 12 gauge with a 2 3/4 inch slug, you can shoot a 450 just fine. A lot of people do run the 450 and AR platforms, and they have muzzle brakes on them, and that reduces the recoil, I think, by at least 30% there too. Me, I shoot out of a single shot rifle. I have no issues with the recoil whatsoever. I could shoot it all day long if I wanted to or needed to. So, in closing, if I could only pick one cartridge to hunt with in North America, it's 100% going to be the 450 Bushmaster. What's your thoughts, Kev?
I mean, yeah, 450 is definitely an effective round, but I'm just sticking to my 308.
As Tim Sundles from Buffalo Bore says, that anything 45 caliber and higher for big animals. Really, guys, it's all in shot placement. Like Kevin says, it's really all in shot placement. You can't, expect to make a bad shot on anything and expect to recover it. Although I think a 450 helps us because it's a bigger bullet diameter, punches more chance to hit an artery or vein, something like that. But either way, guys, the whole point is shot placement, really.
Yeah.
So this has been Jeremy.
This has been Kevin.
See you guys next week.
See you later.